going everybody, and welcome back to another video. And today we have a 2012 McLaren MP4-12C.
And in this video we're going to be exploring what makes it so special.
And I gotta say, these brakes on this car are absolutely nuts. If you don't know, these are the carbon ceramic brakes. They're also on the rear. But man, what do you think about those things?
They're massive.
They're bigger than my car.
And driving over here, those brakes are so sensitive and responsive. I mean, it's great. I love driving this thing.
The MP4-12C is a mid-engine supercar powered by a twin-turbo V8 that makes 592 horsepower.
Just listen to the startup. So now that you've seen the outside, let's take a peek on the inside. Check this door out.
Look at that magic. Now this car does look like it's quite impossible to get into, but it's not that difficult. If you sit on this ledge first, you can kind of just slide in and bring your feet in. And you're in.
Perfect job.
Yeah.
A huge thank you to Jay from Chasing the Apex for letting us borrow his car to do this review. If you guys haven't checked him out, I'll put a link to his channel down below. And make sure you guys check out his video where he got to go to McLaren and visit the factory for a tour. All right, let's take this thing for a spin. You know what I like about this, comparing it to the R8, the V10 we had? The interior.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it is so sleek, and just the trim work, they really did a good job on the interior. The R8, the interior is kind of, you know, as far as the same year, like we had a 2011.
This is much more like race oriented.
Right, and this is a 2012, so it's like, it's comparable. Let me put my window up. So yeah, the R8, it was very basic compared to this.
What do you think about like performance so far? You've driven it a couple of times.
So I'm going to compare it to the R8 again, the V10 that we had. As far as power, you could definitely feel a little bit more power in this, but this one has more finesse.
Yeah.
Just the handling, the way it takes the corners, just the way it accelerates. I mean, takeoff, it's just
instant.
Right.
And then once those turbos kick in, it gets nuts.
Yeah. As far as the sound, the exhaust, this one I think sounds a little bit better than the R8 too. I don't want to trash the R8 because I love the R8 as well.
I feel like the R8 is a lot more daily drivable than this thing though.
I'm sure there's owners out there that do.
When I was driving this car back from Virginia, I really liked the steering wheel. Like the way that you can grip the steering wheel, it's kind of cut out for your hands. Yeah. You can get a good grip on it. And what I think is cool about McLaren is they did a couple of collabs when they first got started. You know, they did the McLaren, the SLR with Mercedes. Right. That car had like 600 horsepower as well.
And then they did the one with the BMW, the F1.
Yeah.
That was
the legendary F1, the McLaren F1.
Yeah. And that was the V12 BMW. And the seats are real comfortable. I mean, for like a long distance drive, I would definitely consider driving this on a long trip. And we did basically today, bringing it over. We drove 2 hours. Yeah. And
I mean, it was. I didn't really have any issues with it. It was. I mean, my back doesn't hurt or anything. They are supportive seats. They hold you well.
This is definitely a funner car to drive than the R8.
Yeah. Well, it's more track focused. It's more like the race. It's like more of a race car. Yeah. Basically a street legal F1 car.
Pretty much. You hear those turbos kick in? Hell yeah.
The way this thing handles is just absolutely incredible.
It is. Wow.
You want one now, don't you?
I do. I just find it absolutely incredible how this car performs. It's like it knows what you're about to do as you approach the corner. With the power provides for being a V8 and that dual clutch, it's simply perfection.
Brakes on a dime too, it's just instant. You can just throw it into a turn and it will take the turn.
Holy crap.
I mean, I gotta give it to them. They did a phenomenal job with this car. A part of the reason that I feel like that McLaren does have a bad reputation is because people don't drive these cars like they're meant to be driven.
Jay did mention if you're just sitting them in the garage, sitting on a battery trickle charger, not driving it much, they're gonna have issues. You need to drive it. You need to experience it. Take it on twisty roads, which we're doing right now. Don't go just to a straightaway because you're not really testing the car's performance. and there's agility. And I'm telling you what, these corners, it's just taking them like
nothing.
We made it back home to base camp. What'd you think, Evan?
This thing's awesome.
So I did take it on a straight run too, which it does great, but man, this car is built for a track, for going around bendy roads. I mean, it's so agile, and the suspension adapts like instantly. And personally, I think it's way more fun to drive than the R8. I mean, I love the R8's body style, the first generation. I do love it, but
this thing gets so much attention too.
Yeah.
Way more than the R8. The R8 got a lot of attention, but this is just a completely different level. Like, we got people coming up to us at the gas station. Like, that never happened with the R8.
So even though this car is 11 years old, it's definitely a masterpiece of automotive engineering. If you guys ever have a chance to drive McLaren, do it. Trust me, you'll enjoy it. It's a fun car to drive.
Definitely experience to have.
It's a beautiful, fast car and thrilling to drive.
That is going to do for this video. Thanks again to Jay from Chasing the Apex for letting us take this beast on a joyride. If you guys did enjoy this video, please make sure you do smash that like button and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And we will see you guys in the next video.